Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of the Legion of Raw. Man, I'm here with my guy, as always, Vince Russo. How are you tonight?
I am all right, Dr. Chris. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I'm doing better now after watching Raw. It was probably one of the best Raws I've ever saw in my life. I've ever seen in my life, man.
Yeah, you and me both, bro. You and me both.
Yeah, yeah, it was
I don't know,
fantastic.
bro. I just don't know how 1 week. I mean, I'm talking now just about structure.
Yes.
I don't know how 1 week they can get it so right and just come back the next week and it's so wrong. I
Yeah.
don't know how that happens, bro.
Yeah, well, my expectations, like I've said before, my expectations. I think I even talked about this last week. I'm not. I wasn't going to hold my breath on this was going to consistently be good, and this week, just 1 week later, showed us how Raw and how the WWE just a week after Bobby Lashley wins the title phones it in. He is literally the first segment, and we don't see him for the rest of the show. What a way to build a new champ, Vince.
Dr. Chris, the most important thing on your show should be that heavyweight title.
Yes, indeed.
That should be the focal point, the focus of the entire show.
Mm-hmm.
Not the first 10 minutes of the show, then it's over. Bro, can you imagine? Bro, Steve Austin and The Rock would have never gotten over if that's how we wrote the shows.
Yes.
If Austin wrestled first and Rock wrestled first and you never saw those guys again, those guys would have never gotten over.
Yeah.
But when those guys had the belt, the show was written around them, bro.
Yep.
The number one story, no matter who the champion is, should be your heavyweight title. Then you got a B story and a C story. You know, B story being Orton, C story being Shane and Broman, whatever his name is, whatever you want to do. But, bro, it's got to revolve around the centerpiece, which is the world title.
Yep. I agree. I agree. And it was tough for me to watch, man. I was just literally sitting like here, like this. Like I have a TV above. I have a third screen / big flat screen TV on the top of my stand, my entertainment center desk area. And I was just sitting in the back of my chair, just like, man, like I probably wouldn't watch this live if I would.
Chris, I was a little bit more. I had a little bit more energy and enthusiasm. This is how I was watching the show. I was live on YouTube and Twitch, and I'm writing the show. I'm watching the show. 45 minutes, 30 minutes.
Nice.
50. That's I'm watching the whole show, bro. I just can't wait for this thing and just end. Bro. We know we're getting the black substance at the end.
Yes, exactly.
Bro, spit out the substance already so I can get on with Dr. Chris. Dr. Chris has work tomorrow. He's got to get to bed. Just spew out the black substance and let's end this, bro.
Yes, we need. I was expecting the Papa Shango goo to come back out, and it didn't. Randy Orton did not dissatisfy me. He did not let me down.
Did not disappoint, Dr. Chris.
He didn't let me down, man. I got the goo again.
He announces the black substance. Oh my bro, what is wrong with you people? Like, really, what is wrong with you people?
Yes. When I got my goo back, man, I got my Ultimate Warrior Papa Shango goo.
Stella got her goo back, baby. Stella got
That's right. Got her goo back.
But Chris, it's basic. It's fundamental. The show should center around that title, the champion, the chase for the title. But obviously, Chris, to them, for whatever reason, that's not the most important thing.
Which doesn't make any sense to me because you're really overdoing this Randy Orton Fiend thing every week. It's just another form of the same thing. Alexa Bliss is kneeling on a pentagram and doing a Jack in the Box and we get the goo. I mean, it's the same thing all over again, man.
Hey, listen. You tell me about this is a family show. Be careful. We call it substance. We
Okay.
get the goo. Call it a substance,
Call it the
please.
substance. Call it the substance. Yes, I
right.
can't call it black poison.
No, black substance.
Okay,
It's some type of black substance. We're not sure what it is.
Yes, it is an
Bro,
unknown.
you would think at this point, like, bro, if you're Randy Orton, at this point, are you going to the doctor?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Get your teeth checked,
bro. Bro, this is so ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It very much is. We start off with the Miz cutting an in-ring promo. Bobby Lashley. The promo it leads to Bobby Lashley defeating the Miz on the rematch, and just like we said, I mean, this was it. This was. We saw this was it.
And what did we get, Chris? We got a Miz promo that was a whole lot of nothing.
It was.
And we got a very long who again, Chris, we say this every week. Bro, who do you think's going over in this match? Yeah, bro. Miz is winning his title back.
Right.
Come on, bro. You gave us a whole lot of nothing with this Miz promo. Then a very predictable match, and you're eating time. And, bro, you want to talk about eating time. There was so many replays on this show over. Bro, something happened right before the break, and they're replaying it right after the break, bro.
Exactly. Yep. Derek says, "Hey, doctor, all this black substance keeps oozing out of me." Nice. Good job, Derek. Then we get Drew McIntyre, and he's cutting a backstage promo. Then all of a sudden, Sheamus gets really mad at him and says, "You are my best friend, and I'm not your best friend anymore." I was literally looking at this, and I said, "Did I miss something here?" So Drew went against Sheamus, hard-hitting match. Drew wins. That's it. Clean. This is clear, clean cut. Drew wins, hard-hitting match. That's it. But did I miss something over the weekend or something? Did they go out and hang out for some drinks or something, and somebody start talking about each other's wives or something? Like, did I miss something about this? Because there was no continuation or no type of build-up for Sheamus to just attack Drew out of nowhere. Did I miss something here?
Well, bro, let's even back that up, Chris. Let's back that up, because Drew McIntyre cuts a very, very hot promo here about Miz being the challenger and not him. And he even said at one point, where's your balls, Lashley, blah, blah, blah. Okay, bro, we're doing that so we can set up the Sheamus attack in the back. Meanwhile, why isn't Drew McIntyre doing that straight away at Bobby Lashley after he beats them?
Exactly.
Right. Why isn't he saying that, getting right up in Lashley's grill? And why, bro, again, they're painting McIntyre to be a wuss. Lashley was just out there. Okay, bro, I understand the babyface doesn't want to interfere in the match. I understand that, bro. But as soon as the match is over, he's got to go out there. He's got to deliver the promo. The fact that he's cutting it in the back, I'm a viewer at home saying, wait a minute, bro, the dude was just out there. Why don't you go out there and say that to his face? But again, bro, they're doing it so they can set up the Sheamus attack. In the meantime, they're making McIntyre look like a wuss.
Yeah, absolutely. And then he gets beat up by his best friend. Again, I don't know. I must have missed it. It doesn't make sense. Braun Strowman demands an apology from Shane McMahon. Shane comes out and says, "I apologize." Now, they actually stretched this to 2 segments. So the first segment, they said, "Okay, well, we got more for you. We're going to have Shane stall and say, I got something to say." And that's going to hook him. That's going to hook him to the end of the show, where he's going to make him look like a wuss. But right now, though, he's just going to give him an apology.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Time out, doctor, because you're getting very confused. McIntyre was made to look like the wuss.
Yes.
Strowman was made to look stupid. Two completely
that's
different
right.
things.
Yes, that's how can I
McIntyre,
mess it up?
Wuss, Strowman, stupid,
How can I
bro.
mess
Come
it up?
on, pay attention, bro.
How can I mess it up? That's
Bro,
my
can
bad.
you imagine? We're jumping ahead a little bit, but we have a wrestling angle based on a 50-something-year-old man calling a wrestler stupid. That's the angle.
A WrestleMania angle. It's gonna make it worse.
Bro, that's the WrestleMania angle, bro.
Yeah. This is the biggest show of the year. This is the Super Bowl, the granddaddy of them all. We're building this around Shane McMahon making Braun Strowman look stupid. I mean, just I you say this a lot, and it makes sense. There's people's brands that we're talking about here. Like every single wrestler is a brand.
Absolutely.
And at this point, Braun Strowman, what does he have to lose if he says, look, I mean, come on now. I mean, are we really doing this here? Are we really going to build me going against Shane McMahon at WrestleMania over him calling me stupid? I mean, is this really going to put me over?
Bro, remember the old cartoon? I think it was a giant. I don't remember. Remember it was the giant. He always used to say the gimmick was always, which way did he go? I think it was some dude was chasing bugs, but I mean, bro, that's the angle. Like, he left and then he came back. Which way did he go? Like, I can't believe grown adults are sitting down. Vince McMahon, let's name him.
Yes.
I can't believe Vince McMahon is sitting down writing this stuff, bro.
Yeah. And even, the team of writers, he's looking at it and just signing off on it. I mean, if it's just, I don't get it. And, there's been so many times where, when Bischoff and Heyman were the directors for Raw and SmackDown for a hiccup a couple summers ago, and there was just time after time after time that Vince would always just veto things at the 11th hour, and it's like, you look at this stuff and he's not vetoing this stuff, and Shane, I'm a Shane guy. I like Shane, but it's like, is he just wanting to get a spot in Mania? Is he having an itch to wrestle again? I mean, what is it that's causing him to be like, okay, I'll just go with it?
And not only that, I mean, on top of everything else, bro, you're oblivious to cancel culture.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing a story. You're basing a story angle of a guy that's big and stupid.
Yeah.
And bro, how many anti-bullying campaigns of the W? Like that's what I mean, bro. It's like what are you doing, bro? All they have to do, and again, Chris, this is off the top of my head, bro. Just go back to day one. And let Shane cut a promo of what a disappointment you've been to me, what a disappointment you've been to my father, what a disappointment you've been to this company. Mm-hmm. We thought you were going to be the future. We gave you opportunity after. Give me that, bro. But you calling the guy stupid. You're taking off in a limo and then you're U-turning it and come like, oh my God, bro. This is horrible.
Yeah. This is very, very sad. Then we get Drew and Sheamus.
Bro, how did that knock both guys out? The stairs hitting each other. How did that knock both guys out?
And this leads to a no contest. So clearly, it seems like we're going to have Drew and Sheamus at Fastlane, as if we didn't have it last week.
Oh, I hope they have like a good 30 to 40 minute match, because I have no idea who they're going to put over.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a really tough one,
bro.
Yeah, it's going to be a real tough one. It's a tug of war. It's really a coin toss at this point, man. It can go either way.
And both these guys are knocked out, and it's so severe that they didn't even follow up on.
Yeah. And how does that make either of them look strong? Especially Drew. Like, it's just,
bro, Drew. I'm a Drew guy. Listen, but bro, literally, those things hit. he literally backed up and jumped over the barricade.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Like, what's happening here, guys?
Yeah, and it's I don't get it. And it's like, okay, you're trying to like as the weeks progress, you're getting closer and closer to Mania, and we're a month out at this point, and we're supposed to fine tune as much as we possibly can to have kind of like the back end and the go home show, just kind of build the anticipation of what we already have. We're still building stuff, Vince. Like on the 4 weeks left in Mania, and we haven't even started Drew versus Lashley yet. Like we haven't even started that feud yet. Lashley has no title contender for the WWE Championship 4 weeks before Mania, and he gets the first segment of a 3-hour show. Forget about him the whole show. And then we get a redo of Drew versus Sheamus as if we care, for one. And then for two, it knocks some stairs being rammed at the same time. It shows how strong the Scottish psychopath is. But he gets hit by a stairs, rolls him over the barrier, and he's knocked out. So that really builds your contender right there.
Chris, I know you're a psychologist, psychiatrist for a living, but you're not looking at the bright side of this. I don't know what's gotten into you. Maybe I'm rubbing off on you. I got to start looking on the bright side of things. Can we look at the bright side of things?
Let's please do as much as we can.
Thank God Morrison is hurt, because you know we would get Lashley and Morrison next week. So thank God Morrison's hurt, so we're not going to get that in the first segment of the show.
Yes, we will get Lashley and Ali though. Yeah. I'm telling you, SummerSlam, Lashley and Ali. We're getting it, man. I just first segment, man. First segment of the show, just Lashley, like you're intending to forget about him.
Bro, think about it. Do you know, Chris, I'm going to give you a little black history today. You may know this, bro, but do you know, oh my God, bro, I think it was 50 years ago, something like that. I think it was 50 years ago, Ali and Joe Frazier had their first match, their first fight at Madison Square Garden. Mm-hmm. Bro, this is the equivalent of that, okay? Bro, you know there was an undercard, okay? Right. Bro, this is the equivalent of putting Ali and Frazier on first.
Yes.
And then having the undercard, right? Exactly. I mean, isn't it the same exact
100%.
thing, bro?
100%.
Well, who does that? Like, who does that, bro?
100%, man. Yep. Great example. Yeah. Ali Frazier goes on first.
Yeah.
And then the flyweights go on at the end.
And then in the last match, Chuck Wepner starts spitting up a black substance.
Okay. Yes. Sign me up. I want to see that one.
Bro, who does this? Like, who does this? Who does this, bro?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Conor McGregor goes on the very first segment of the whole UFC fight, and you don't hear from him the rest of the show.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's going to cause people to want to stay tuned. If Conor McGregor's on the beginning of the show, somehow logic is saying, okay, he's first. That's who I paid to see. But I'm going to watch the whole thing after that.
I'm waiting for the featherweights, bro. Right. What time the featherweights come on? 11 o'clock? I'm going to be here for the featherweights, bro.
Conor, who? I'm not going to watch him. I want the featherweights.
Bro, the logic is like they're lost. Bro, they're just absolutely lost. Lost.
Absolutely. 100%. Next we have AJ Styles cutting a promo with Omos backstage. Somehow, I mean, what does this have to? Why does AJ care about Randy Orton's goings on at this point? And this leads to a match between the two, as if And this becomes the main event match. This
is
becomes
the main event.
this becomes more important than Lashley winning his very first ever WWE Championship last week.
Yeah. And bro, just think about it. Like, okay, bro, you put these guys in the ring. I think there was 25 minutes left in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bro, we know exactly what's going to happen, but can you just, bro, he spit the black substance. I think we're going on 4 weeks now.
This is the week number 3.
This is 3 now.
Yeah, yep.
Can we forward the story? Like, can we get to the next step?
Right.
Why do we have to see it? We got it, bro. We got it the first week.
Yes.
Why are we doing it 3 weeks in a row?
Right. It makes absolutely no sense. And it's the same thing over and over. And like for 3 weeks in a row, we've seen the mysterious black substance. And how is this moving the storyline? It's just, okay, so we're going to see the goo or the substance next week, the Papa Shango goo. I just don't understand. Oh, no, Vince. We're going to have Papa Shango appear next week.
They might. It'll be better than him just doing the black substance.
Yeah.
I think I'd actually pop if I saw Papa Shango.
I would too. Actually, I would too. Yeah, we'll see Papa Shango come next week. That'll for the storyline somehow. And then we'll have Orton versus Shango in the main event.
That'll be better than this.
It would, actually.
I would be worried. Hey, don't tease me, Chris. Come on now. You give me excited. You give me hope.
Hey, you told me to look at the bright side. Hey, that's what I do for a living. So.
All right, well then, okay. So next week we may get Papa Shango and Randy Orton. Okay,
there you go. Papa Shango versus Orton. I'm popped for that, actually. Then we get Xavier Woods defeating Shelton Benjamin. Again, like we had all these pictures last week of MVP sitting in his chair like a Godfather type of deal, with Lashley behind him with the WWE Championship, Alexander and Benjamin to the sides with the Raw Tag Team Championship. Really nice picture. The week after, the next week, we have Lashley opening the 3-hour show and Cedric Alexander losing a singles match.
Yeah, but Chris, but it was a roll up, so it's okay.
It was a roll up.
It's okay. Yeah, it was a lucky roll up, bro. He didn't dominate. Chris, you want to hear a funny story?
Absolutely.
I swear to God, this is a true story, bro. We're at TNA, and there was some kind of a tag match or something. And, like I was writing out like how we get into the finish of the match. And I said, so-and-so slips on a banana peel.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got the talent there, bro. And I'm going over the match and everything. And I swear to God, I forget who it was really. But we're done going over the match. And one of the talents looking at me like dumbfounded. And I'm like, you know what? You understand? Bro, I swear to God, the talent looked at me and said, who's got the banana peel? True story, Chris. True story. True story. Who's got the banana peel?
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Wow. That was the one who needed to job the match that night.
I swear to God, who's got the banana peel?
Wow. Riddle defeats Slapjack.
Wait, before we get to that, bro, what was that whole scooter thing in the back? Like, I wasn't paying attention, but it like went on forever. Like, what was that?
Yeah, so they were merging segments again, and they were interviewing Riddle at Gorilla. And so New Day. So Xavier beats Benjamin. They come behind. They come behind the curtain. They come, from the entrance, from the ramp, behind the curtain. Riddle's already in. They're getting interviewed, and so he's like, "Hey," they do a handshake. Riddle asks them to watch a scooter. They watch a scooter, and he goes through the curtain.
Bro, did you notice? I'm going to bring this up again, Chris, because we talked about it last week. Okay, so we've got, who is it? It's Riddle and Slapjack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Same thing. Riddle goes over. Ali's berating Slapjack. Bro, did you notice how when they cut to the announcers, how afraid the announcers were of Ali? You know what I'm talking about? Bro, can somebody tell me one single thing this guy has done to make anybody afraid of him? The announcers are now afraid of Ali because he's yelling at people.
Yes, he's bullied his constituents, his contemporaries. He's bullied them, and so he's intimidating now, Vince.
Bro, this is so just childish and ridiculous. I mean, bro, if he was like torturing them, something. Give me something. But we're afraid of him because he's yelling at us.
Makes no sense. Yeah, and the more that his surroundings lose, the weaker that makes him look. Because it's like, yes, you're continuing to, like, you came in and they were just, roughshod everything, sawing through ring ropes, throwing bricks in office windows, and they're like, we'll give you a contract on Raw. That makes sense. And then somehow this leads to them looking so 50-50, losing within weeks to the Hurt Business. And ever since then, it's been a downward spiral.
Chris, I got to tell you, there was a point in TNA. I left TNA. I left TNA once before I left for good. And there was a point at TNA where I had given my 2 weeks notice. Okay. So, bro, when I had given my 2 weeks notice, I was not writing, but I was on the show and I was in an angle with Dusty. Like me and Dusty there was a competition for who was going to be the commissioner or whatever. Okay. And Chris, I remember I gave my 2 weeks notice and I wasn't writing. And I remember, bro, they were just giving me the creative, and I thought the creative was atrocious, but I was leaving in 2 weeks. So I didn't care. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. But it was very difficult for me because I thought the creative was horrible. I don't know how these guys do it week after week after week like that, Chris. Like seriously, how does Ali not say, okay, am I just going to yell at these guys every week? Am I ever going to do anything? How these guys can just do atrocious creative week after week. I don't know how they do it, bro.
I think we've both came to a very logical conclusion that they're getting so much money handed to them that it's laziness. And so this show felt like it was phoned in and there wasn't anything that was combating. I mean, a lot of times they phone it in during holiday shows, they phone it in during, Monday Night Football when they know that there's a big, matchup on Monday Night Football. Sometimes they kind of phone it in because they know that it's not going to be a comparison. There's nothing competing with Raw at all. They have an opportunity to really showcase their product because there's no competition. There's no Monday Night Football. There's no hockey. There's no college championship. It's completely Raw, and they're phoning it in.
Chris, do you know how, all we hear are the excuses? People don't watch TV the same anymore. There's streaming services, with the big war between AEW, that was affected by the impeachment hearings, bro, do you know, because it's time for wrestling fans to shut up. Chris, last night, Oprah Winfrey, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle. Do you know how many people watched the interview?
How many?
17 million. 17 million people watched a sit-down interview. Don't give me any crap anymore with the excuses.
That's 15 minutes. That's 15 million more than Raw.
17 million people, Chris. And you're going to tell me as streaming, sir, oh, they're watching it on their phone. Oh, they're doing, oh, stop it, bro. The television viewers are still out there. 17 million people, bro.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If look, if something's on live, you're going to want to watch it. I mean, any type of debates, any type of political stuff, like you said, the Oprah Winfrey interview. I'm a huge sports fan. I love college football. That has, those numbers continue to stay through the roof during playoffs. And just like, Ohio State was playing Alabama during one of the Raws, and I had Raw for the most part on mute because I was watching the college football game on live because I wanted to watch it. I wanted to be a part of that live feel. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's just that live television feel is still there. It hasn't gone away.
Yep.
And with WWE Raw, they had that live TV feel during the Monday Night Wars. You had an opportunity to tape it or anything like that, but you wanted to be a part of that live feel.
Bro, there's a mini documentary on HBO right now, and it's only a 4-parter, and it's Allen versus Farrow. The Woody Allen Mia Farrow gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's on every Sunday night. I want to watch that in real time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to watch it on Sunday night.
Yep.
Bro, they've got at some point they got to stop with the excuses, and they just got to make this stuff better, bro.
Yeah, they do.
Better, man.
They do. I wonder if USA put them under, put them on the fire, put them under fire, and say, look, your contract's coming up. 5 years is about to come up. We need a 3.0 rating, or we're going to have to put you on an 11 o'clock slot.
Bro, you know what I would do?
What's that?
Give them a sliding scale. Give them a slide. Okay, guys, you pull in 1.5 million, you're getting this.
Yeah.
You pull in 3 million, you're getting this. And bro, if they argue that, they're basically admitting we can't bring in 3 million people anymore. That's right. What I would do.
That's true.
I'd put them on the spot. Guys, the sky's the limit, man. You bring in 3 million people. This is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Mm. But you bring in 1.5. And if they argue with that, they're going to show their hand.
Yeah, that's true. That's a really, really good point. Yeah, it's like they're going to try to justify like, oh, that's not we can't do that. Real quick, Alonzo brings a good point here. What are your thoughts on Big Show and Christian jumping ship over to AEW?
Bro, we have to understand AEW, and it's a whole different mentality. You have to understand Tony Khan is not in the game to make money. Once you understand Tony Khan is not in the game to make money, then it all makes a little bit more sense. Bro, we just brought in Sting, and Sting didn't move the needle. Why do you think the Big Show and Christian Cage are going to move the needle, bro?
That's a good point. Although I definitely, Sting's my all-time favorite, and I'm gonna put him over. The match was very entertaining that he was a part of. But yeah, I agree. I just I'm starting to feel that we're getting another TNA WCW feel with this.
Because they're not. Nobody's getting younger stars over.
Yeah.
The fact that all this pomp and circumstance with Christian, and nothing against Christian. Bro, the dude's 47, bro. Yeah. He's 47. Bro, here's a perfect example. You got that the Sting match, whatever they call the match, okay?
It was a street fight. It was a cinematic street fight.
Cinematic street fight. Bro, can I ask you a simple question? Why are you putting Sting over and not Darby Allin? Like it's that simple. A 60-year-old Sting needs the victory? Like, come on, bro. Like, that is so elementary. Like, why are you? Nobody is getting these young talent over.
He wanted his moment back because the WWE did such a terrible job booking him.
And he got his moment back in a tag match.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Come
He
on.
better not. He better not wrestle singles. He better not wrestle singles. Don't do it. And I'll speak up for Sting any day of the week. But that guy, Sting. Listen, listen, Sting. If you are watching this show, do not wrestle a singles match, please. Please don't do it. Next we have Braun Strowman. Oh, the other segment, the stretched segment. Now we get Braun Strowman coming in the ring, and Shane McMahon somehow. I apologize. Leads up to Bubba Braun, and he's like, "Oh, I'm because it's big gorilla coming up." And somehow the SUV goes out. Ron goes back and walks into some type of blackened area where the concession stand's closed. And I guess he wanted a soda or something like that. Shane waves at him and calls him stupid. And that's WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen.
Bro, I swear something had to go short. And I'll tell you why. Because I swear to you, bro, I was screaming at the TV for Shane to spit it out. I'm like, bro, will you spit it out? Oh my, bro, it was this. You swore it was this. Somebody had to go short, bro. I'll tell you why somebody had to go short. Because Shane, like, oh my God, this went on forever. And then before they got to the main event, they replayed the whole Lashley match that looked like it was put in for filler. So I would guess something went short earlier in the show, but oh my God, bro. I was like, bro, just spit it out. And then the Braun, like, oh, bro.
Yeah. Just terrible. I'm a Shane guy, but you've worked with Shane.
Oh, I'm a Shane guy too. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry. I would tell him if he was next to me. Shane, this is horrible, man.
I agree 100%. How was it working with Shane when it came to promos? Because a lot of people, nowadays, back in your day working with talent, they didn't have to. I mean, they weren't giving every single word that they had to do. Now they do, unfortunately. I'm wondering, as far as I'm wondering if Shane, people are giving Shane his lines too, and he's just forgetting them because he didn't have a time to practice them, or he just don't try to practice them. I'm wondering because he's done that a lot. Like he'll start sweating profusely and start breathing real heavy, and it seems like he'll forget like a line or two and like kind of have to think about it on the spot. His promos, they're really hit and miss for me.
Yeah, this was awful, bro. And bro, he's man, I really noticed it tonight, like because I don't look that closely, but man, he's starting to age too, man. He's really starting to look older. But this was like, bro, just spit it out already. Let's move on, man.
Yeah. This is really, and we talked about this every week. Who's getting over in this feud? Like who really, like if Braun Strowman defeats Shane McMahon at WrestleMania, does Braun Strowman get over after this?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean he's smart.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, if he wins, he's smart, bro.
That's right. That's what the stipulation. So if Braun Strowman wins, the stipulation is if Braun Strowman wins, he's smart.
There's a better stipulation.
Okay, there's a better one. Okay.
They're gonna reveal this, bro. Remember, like the GM that was on the computer that we never saw who that was.
Yes.
We're gonna find out that there's a man behind the curtain.
Okay.
And if Braun beats Shane and goes over, the man behind the curtain is gonna reward him with a brain.
Whoa. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Is this like the what is it? What is that? The Wicked Witch of the East and West. What was that? The Cinder. What was that? The
Scarecrow needed a brain. Wizard of
yeah,
Oz.
Scarecrow. What was the
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz? Wizard of
Yeah,
Oz.
Vince is the powerful and mighty Oz, and he's
Yes.
going to give Braun Strowman a brain if he
Yes.
wins this match. That's
Yes. It's called the Wizard of Oz match.
Yes.
That's what yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, between the Wizard of Oz match and Papa Shango angle, I'm in.
There you go.
That stuff, bro.
There you go. So we're going to get Papa Shango versus Orton next week.
Yes.
Over and over the goo, over the black goo.
Yes.
And then we're going to get a Wizard of Oz match at WrestleMania.
Yes.
All right.
And a Munchkin 30 Munchkin battle royal.
There you go. There you go. Sounds good, man. I'm in. It sounds very appealing.
Yes.
Then we get Nia Jax, Shannon Baszler defeating Lana and Naomi. Lana and Naomi, their entrance looked good. Lana looked good, with Naomi in her entrance, but it still doesn't connect with me. With
bro,
Lana
I
and
was
Naomi.
just waiting. I swear to God, bro, I was waiting at the end when she powerbombed Lana and put that huge ham hock, bro. She was pressing her knee smack on Lana's breast, and I'm like, bro, we are gonna see that implant explode, bro. That has to be painful.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
Dude.
And Nia's notorious for being stiff, man, from what I've heard.
Man.
And yeah, it's not good. AJ Styles defeating Randy Orton at the end.
We forgot. I swear to God,
we forget.
this was my favorite part of the show. I am not kidding you.
Okay.
Austin and Charlotte in that gimmick.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Austin is the straight up Steve Austin
with
deal.
that chocolate, bro. That was the best part of the show.
That was teasing.
Bad, bro. That looked freaking awesome, bro.
Yeah, they were teasing. They were teasing for the show with them too. Yeah. Austin, man, I was at the gym Wednesday morning, and I was seeing he was on I think Kelly Clarkson's show.
Oh, was he?
And, he was promoting straight up Steve Austin, and so he was saying, I can drive. He said that's the talent that I was gifted with, is that I can drive anything, and it's pretty cool. I've never seen like anything past 5 minutes of that show, but it seems like he's having a lot of fun. He said he has a lot of fun doing it. So
I thought that was the most entertaining thing on the show.
He gets paid interviewing people and driving, driving vehicles.
And bro, can I ask you another question too? One thing we kind of went over. If I never watched NXT, how is Rhea Ripley getting over in these vignettes?
Right.
Okay, she's a woman wrestler. Like, okay, like Ruby Riott does the same thing. Like, why is she over to me? I don't know. What is she doing that she's over?
Yeah. And you're not even seeing, like, you're not seeing her in the vignettes. Like, you're seeing, like, just kind of promos, but it doesn't feel like a vignette. Like she's actually being a part of it. Like when you would get Razor Ramon and Kurt Hennig and stuff like that, you got to be a part of their gimmick. You don't see that.
That's the problem. There is no gimmick.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna show in-ring action. Razor Ramon had a gimmick. Val Venus had a gimmick. Kurt Hennig had a gimmick. The fact that she has no gimmick in her vignettes means she's gonna be another female wrestler on the roster. They're already telling you that.
Yeah, I sure hope not, but I'm not very optimistic toward that. We forgot the Reginald debuted on Raw.
What did he? I missed that. Did he just wander out there?
No, he just came out with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Yeah, I mean, it's like no rhyme or reason. Hey, so he got fired by Carmella on SmackDown, and so he's not even a Somalia anymore because they're not he's not a Somali. He's just there with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler now. It's just, yeah, that's a way to get him over. Just put him in a random spot with a tag team.
Well, Chris, when we also forgot before we got to AJ and Orton, we also had Mandy and Dana in the back, and then Charlotte busted that. And at that point, like my note, and you're just talking about this dude. My note literally is this show is just all over the place. Like it's all over the place. Yeah. Like it's everywhere.
Yeah. So they said, we haven't officially said that we're going to be a part of the women's championship picture right now. And then somehow Charlotte comes in, and that's something. And we forgot the R-Truth and Braun Strowman segment, which I actually popped for because it was actually funny. Yeah. R-Truth is actually hilarious. R-Truth is a breath of fresh air to me when it comes to Raw. He's funny. It can get redundant, but at least it's something satire, because Raw to me is just it should be satire at this point.
Do we know where Bad Bunny and Damian Priest were?
Bad Bunny, they probably were in catering and they forgot to call him. Yeah, so Bad Bunny was getting some type of Grammy pub or something like that for him. They're completely keeping that 24/7 battle with him to get a rub off of him. They are definitely getting a rub off of him. Hey, he's going to be on the Grammys. He's going to host this today. He's going to be on SNL. And he's the 24/7 champion.
Think about this, bro. Like, honestly, think about this. Where does that get them? Like, let's be realistic, bro. Where does that get them? Unless he's the 24/7 champion for the entire year, and his fan base is going to tune into every single show to see him, where is it getting them?
Vince, this makes the 24/7 championship the most prestigious title in WWE right now, because Bad Bunny's the most famous person he's more famous than any of the current superstars by far. By far more famous. He's going to be in the Grammys, SNL, 50-something, 60-something million views. He's definitely more popular than any superstar in WWE. So right now, Bad Bunny is the most popular champion in WWE. So, therefore, the 24/7 championship is the most prestigious championship in WWE right now.
Put it on last.
Yeah, that's a good. Well, actually, no. It's the most prestigious, so you put it on first.
That's true. Silly me, bro. Silly me.
So AJ and Orton. AJ wins. AJ's kind of gotten a number on Orton over the past few years. He beat him at Mania a couple years ago too, and he beat him a few random times too. So I knew this was happening. As soon as I saw the pink lights, I said, okay, so AJ is going to be lurking in the shadows, and he's going to hit him with the phenomenal forearm. This is clear. But this is what I thought, Vince. I said, okay, Randy Orton has been caught by the Alexa Bliss bug for a number of weeks, and has caused him to lose. All right. How is this going to get the Fiend over at WrestleMania if Randy Orton continues to lose every week because of Alexa Bliss?
That's a great point, bro. I mean, why does the Fiend need to come back? Alexa Bliss is going over on him every single
week. Every week she's going over on Orton. In order to make whoever, if you want to make Fiend the babyface, in order to make them look strong, you should be pushing Orton and making him get over Alexa every week.
Yeah, Orton should be stalking her.
Absolutely. And so the Fiend comes back. Yeah, he comes back as kind of like the knight in shining armor, the dark shining armor type of deal. But Alexa's getting over on Orton, and the person he's facing is beating him.
Yeah, because all you have to do at this point then is when Orton wrestles the Fiend, All you got to do is bring out Alexa and make the black substance come out,
There you go.
and Fiend goes over.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, because he's already losing every week to Alexa Bliss. And so, and if he beats the Fiend, it makes it even look worse because Alexa Bliss has been going over on him every week. So if he beats the Fiend at Mania, it makes the Fiend, it destroys any momentum he could possibly get. But if the Fiend beats Orton, it wouldn't be any different because he gets over. I mean, Bliss gets over every week, and he loses matches because of Bliss. So it makes no sense.
Yeah, she's getting the Fiend's revenge.
Absolutely,
that's what they're paying off the Fiend's revenge now every week. So what do we need the Fiend for?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, why? Why do we need the Fiend to come out and do something that Bliss has already been doing for consecutive weeks? We've got the black goo for 3 weeks now.
Substance.
And the substance, it's not, it's the gooey substance, the black gooey substance, and we've got that for 3 weeks in a row now, and it's caused Randy Orton to look weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. So when he gets to the Fiend, he's going to be at a very weakened state, losing all the time, and being basically one-upped by Bliss all the time. So you're ruining by the week, you're ruining the Fiend's return because there's no point of him at this point.
Well, how many weeks till WrestleMania?
4. Here's
my prediction. During the week, Randy Orton is going to go visit Dr. Popofnik. Remember Dr. Popofnik?
Okay.
Lou Albano brought Dr. Popofnik in. Dr. Popofnik is going to cure Randy of the black substance.
Oh, okay.
And for the next 4 weeks, Randy Orton is going to turn the table on Alexa Bliss, which is going to draw the Fiend out.
Okay.
That's my prediction.
All right.
So next week we got 3 things to look forward to.
Okay.
Dr. Popofnik is going to make his return. Papa Shango, we believe, is going to have a match with Randy Orton.
Yes.
And Vince McMahon is going to come from behind the curtain and give Braun Strowman a brain.
Yes.
I'll watch that show.
Wizard of Oz match.
Hold on.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Hold on, doctor. Hold on.
And that's going to give Raw 3 million viewers.
No, 17 million.
17. Okay, yes. I was trying to get to the USA negotiation for 3 million, but we're going Oprah Winfrey. Okay.
Bro, what if during that interview Meghan Markle would have started black substance? I don't know what happened, Chris. From the time I was there to now, I don't know what happened.
Well, we've got some Papa Shango goo and someone kneeling at a pentagram every week.
I think of like with all the guys that I work with, like I always imagine pitching this stuff to them.
Yeah.
Like I imagine like telling Austin, "Oh, you're gonna spit out black substance." Well, Vince, what is it? Well, it's a substance. All right. Well, how long I do? 4 weeks. I can't imagine like giving this crap to these guys. I can't imagine.
It seems like it's a week-to-week thing too, and so that would be the same thing as like tell The Rock, "Hey, so you're going to do the goo gimmick again this week." Right? And then the next week comes, "All right, what you got for me, Vince?" I've got the goo gimmick again.
I got the goo, man. We got to go to the goo. We just got to eat the go-to goo, man.
Right.
For like 4 weeks, man.
Right. In 3 weeks. I know you got something different for this week. I was thinking the goo gimmick again. What do you think?
3 weeks. 3 weeks of goo, man. Unreal, man. Unreal.
Tell them about the brand, my man.
Yeah, guys, I have 2 podcasting platforms with many, many, many shows of wrestlers that you know, bro. Literally dozens, man. Just check out russosbrand.com and patreon.com/Russo TWC. Bro, did you see, speaking of that, I just want to give this a plug. On the Patreon channel, bro, I've got a show called Better Call Khan. And every time Tony Khan does an interview or has a scrum, or I hit this every time, bro. Whatever I'm doing, it gets interrupted with this.
Breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news. Bro, his explanation, bro, I can't believe what's happening in the business, Chris. His explanation of whatever that was at the end of the match last night, he went from, bro, I should have known when Omega wrote it down in crayon and handed to, he went from putting the heat to Omega, then what did you want us to do? You wanted people to explode in the ring? Well, bro, yeah, when you're promoting an exploding match, yeah, bro, that's what we want. That's what you pro.
Yeah.
He went from a wrestling angle to reality, then back. Bro, what is wrong with these people in this business?
Horrible. It was like Shockmaster horrible at the end of that segment. It was.
Chris, here's what makes it worse, bro. First of all, there's nothing you could say other than, you know what, bro, that was really bad.
Exactly.
It didn't work out the way we had thought. Yeah. Quite frankly, that really sucked. We've got to do better. Bro, that's all you have to say.
Yeah.
To actually try to justify it.
It was horrible, Vince. I was thinking in my head, like, they could have, I would have been totally fine if there was an explosion in the mat and Eddie Kingston would have hurried up and brought Dean or John Moxley away from it, like at 3 seconds left, hurried up and pulled him away, and then you get the exploding mat. That would have been much better. That would have been a good way to carry over if they're building Kingston to a babyface now or something like that, or having Kingston come back to Moxley or something. They could have done much better. But you literally have like confetti and little bitty sparkles and then Kingston tried to play, and I like Kingston. He tried to play on it as if that caused him to be knocked out because of the sparkles at the end.
See, Chris, that's the thing. It's like, I don't feel sorry for you guys, bro. You knew what this was going to look like.
Yes.
You're paying the pyro guy. You know what pyro you have. You know what this is going to look like. Chris, I could tell you, I was there when we wrote the Inferno match with Kane and Kane and Taker.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, I'm telling you, bro, from the night before through the night into the day of the event, bro, they were working that non-stop. And Vince was seeing, this is what it's going to look like. Yeah. Bro, you know where the pyro is. You know Sparkler. What did you expect, bro? Yeah. You knew what it was going to look like. So it looks like that, and then you're going to make excuses?
Yeah. Yep.
Bro, we've got people in the wrestling business in the wrong places, man, and they're killing it, bro. They're just killing it, bro.
Yeah. That was such a horrible. I was looking at that. I said, "What in the world is this?" And I was thinking in my head. I was thinking, okay, so this countdown, this better be good. Like, this better lead to something. Like, I'm not wanting them to explode. But I literally thought in my head, like, create the illusion, still have the big explosion at the end, but have Kingston pull out Moxley at the end and then do the gimmick, the whole explosion from the mat. But it's around, like, how did sparklers around the mat knock out Eddie Kingston? How did that call? And he just stayed on him as if it was exploded in the ring. I just and then they had some medical team come out and try to cater to Kingston. Now I know that you're catering to Moxley because he was in a exploding barbed wire match, but the only thing Kingston did was come over and hover over Moxley with the fake pyro and the sparklers. Why did he need medical attention?
I don't know. And then, like I said, to make it worse, you're trying to make it when
you make excuses. Yeah,
just say, you know what, it sucked, man.
Yeah.
Just say it, man.
I agree, 100%. Well, he's Vince Russo. I'm Dr. Chris Featherstone. Be on the lookout next week for Papa Shango versus Randy Orton, ladies and gentlemen. And we will talk about it next week on Legion of Raw.